Alright, so I'm not even sure where to begin with this video. But I just want to say, Sunday, Easter Sunday, 2021, was, a tragic event for me. I came down to see my grandbabies. And this is for you guys. You already know the story. And for me to text you, I want to go in order. This is for you, Arnetta. For me to text you send you the text announcing the series of events that took place on that Easter Sunday, and for your response to be nothing, says a lot. But you know what? It's been saying it for me all along, all the way from the time TJ got out of prison the first time and I sent the video, and there was absolutely no remorse, no regret, no apology, no nothing. And so I blame me because I dealt with that and didn't address it and let it mull over, and now here we are again with the same issue. But I mean, for me to send you a text that is as alarming as that, for first off, to pull out a motherfucking gun and threaten to shoot, put a bullet in my head, bury me in the backyard, and nobody will know that I'm there. That's pretty damn extreme. It can't get no worse than that. That is the only thing that would be worse is to actually pull the bullet, burn my ass, and bury me in the backyard like he said. But for me to send you that text and you to have no response whatsoever, it says a lot. It says that this is the strategy you've been working on. I've seen it all along. So when you use terms like "there you go beating me down," I think the first time when I sent the text from TJ getting out of prison, "there you go beating me down again." Nigga, stop. You painting an image, and I just can't believe that you gonna allow yourself to be that damn evil. That's devilish, baby. That's devilish. That is the devil. That's the spirit of the devil. And I just can't believe that you just gonna allow yourself to be that darn devilish and evil. I feel like you're using my kids to put a hit out on me. And that ain't cool. I would have just thought that the first thing, especially a person who's supposed to be Christian and spiritual and all these scriptures, a first thing that a person said, what? He said what? That he would put a bullet in your head, burn you and bury you in the back. That should be alarming enough to generate some level of compassion from anybody who has any compassion. But to say nothing is only confirmation. And then when you respond back, there's daggers. There you go throwing daggers. The first time it was, "there you go beating me down." This time it's daggers. So those are code words, and it's almost like you are being like Donald Trump and launching alarms to incite your crew. Because shortly after that, TJ contacts me. "Oh, there you go, beat my mom down like another nigga on the street. You know what I'm saying?" That's some crucial shit. If you were so abused, baby, first off, I wouldn't be with no man, woman, or hermaphrodite whose ass I got to beat. Now, I can't say that we haven't had some moments of physical contact. But you ain't never had a black eye, a busted lip, or any of those things. I don't even remember hitting you in your darn face. We've had some physical contact, but you a hell raiser. You are a hell raiser, and you probably hit me 10 times more than I hit you during that damn scuffle. When you describe that whole thing about how Nika and TJ got into a fight, you know TJ could have easily beat her up or done something to her, but he didn't. And when the police came, she had the scratch on her face, and they were gonna arrest her, but he wouldn't. I'm looking at you like, whoa, because you don't remember that happened with us. Matter of fact, the one time that the police did come, they removed you. They removed you. And so for you to paint this image that I'm an abuser and you're Tina and you're the victim and I'm the abuser and sending out these alarms like I'm being victimized. He's beating me down. And then TJ to respond instantly like that says a lot. Man, nigga, I'm just so tired of being the bigger person. I'm so tired of being the bigger person. And you guys have no recourse for it. And then I got these kids that even if I tried to love them, I would have better luck trying to love the KKK. The KKK, they talk about all this pain I gave and all this hurt I gave to them, but you can't give no specifics. Did I leave you outside the daycare for extensive hours after school? Did I beat you with 10 pots? Did I steal? What? Give me some damn specifics. Because see, all you got for me is my sexuality. But it's not about my sexuality, but it keeps coming back to my sexuality. And the only reason it will come, most kids don't care about what their parents do and their sexual encounters behind their parents' doors. But for some reason, mine's do, but don't, and do again, and don't, and do, and then still do. And it keeps coming back to that. I'm not struggling with my anything. I'm not. But I feel like, and it has absolutely nothing to do with my sexuality. It has no more to do with my sexuality than what Kaepernick kneeling in the NFL has to do with disrespecting the flag. That is the distraction that you're placing over the whole situation. This is not about my sexuality and me not being able to be a father to my kids because of my sexuality. If you don't care about my sexuality, then what's the problem with me being a father? How did my sexuality interrupt me being a father to you? You can't say I didn't call. You can't say I didn't try to have you come over. You can't say that I didn't reach out to you time and time again because I have the receipts. I have the videotapes. You heard the videotapes. You're not willing to come to grips. You're not willing to face reality. You're just not. And it just feels like to me that this is the strategy that you've been manipulating. This is the whole plan coming into play. Because see, I would have been alarmed. I would have been just devastated if I heard that either one of the kids had spoken to you like that. And I just can't believe that we're going to allow ourselves to come to this place where everything I do is horrible and everything you do is good, and I'm the bad dad, and they're the, come on. See, most people are mature enough to know when their season has ended, and they both like Nika, kind of like Nika, since we know how you feel about that particular situation, but she's mature enough to move on and move forward without dragging the kids in it. Most people are mature enough to say, okay, we've severed our ties, but we do have these children, and let's co-parent. But we can't even do that. And if I'm such an abuser, I'm just trying to gather all my thoughts so I can make sure that I get it. If I'm such an abuser, normally people who are being abused don't go following the abuser. Normally, and I know you love the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, but you're not Tina, baby. Tina was a victim. Tina was a victim who was escaping violence. Normally, people who are being abused do not go following their abusers. If you felt like I was an abuser, then why would you follow me down to Jackson, to where am I at? Atlanta, and move around the corner? Abusers don't do that. Abusers escape. Aggressors follow and pursue. So that's not this. If anything, we're not What's Love Got to Do with It. That's not our theme song. If anything, our theme song is Midnight Train to Georgia. I've got to be there. That's our theme song. And I would just hope that at some point you get over it. You get over it and stop initiating or co-signing for chaos, because it just shows that you haven't moved. Tribulation trails. Remember that? Tribulation trails. The play that you and Saran went to see when the woman said you saw a guy before God and she wondered why her husband got forgiven and moved up to heaven and she didn't, because she couldn't forgive. She couldn't let go. I've let it go. I've forgiven you when it hurt. I've forgiven the fact that you took my kids away on Christmas, like Kizzy off the color Roots, off the movie Roots, and just uprooted my kids. And I've listened. I just I'm tired of being a big person, and I think we have a really big issue. We have a very big issue because these kids are like monsters. It's almost like they're not, the spirit that lives in them is not even the same as the kids that I knew. And I don't know what else to do. I've tried to love on top of it. I've tried to reach out. The only time I reach out to TJ, the only time I hear from TJ is if I reach out to him. He never reaches out to me. It's like I'm some sort of fans only type person. No. I mean, mutual. Everything for me is mutual. So, and the only one time that he reached out to me was to let me know he was going to be in Atlanta for All-Star Weekend. I'm thinking, oh, okay. He just wants me to know he's coming to town and already know you have no intentions on coming to see me. And I'm okay with it. I'm at peace. Because the pain, the hurt, the perks, the picks, the digs, the stabs, the beat downs don't hurt anymore. It don't hurt anymore. I expect that of you. So, but he called me. That's the only time he reached out to me. Oh, I'm coming down for All-Star Weekend, just so I could know that you're in the city once again and did not stop by to see me. That's fine. Matter of fact, I had other things anyway. So it's cool. I wasn't hurt, but you made a deliberate effort to let me know that you were here. So that was your way of trying to hurt. And just like you said, what did you mean when we had that conversation? You said hurt people hurt people. What did you mean, Netta? Is it fair that you would allow them to continue to be hurt because you were once hurting? Is it fair that you would carry on that same hurt? If you've really moved on and you're dating somebody, and I don't know but I'm assuming that guy that I met at the hotel you were dating, if you're dating somebody now and you've seriously moved on, why are you holding on to this baggage? Just a question. Why are you holding on to this baggage? Because for me, when I've moved on, and I don't dwell on a lot of things. I say how I feel and I keep it moving. But when I've moved on, I'm okay with making amends. But I mean, you know, if you've really moved on, then let it go. Then let it go. Stop sounding alarms. Stop trying to trigger responses from my kids to make them think that you're being victimized again. You weren't victimized, baby. You followed me from Jacksonville, Florida to Atlanta. Not on, and let's go back from in Jacksonville. You followed me from Century 21 to the what? Stop it. To the Laurel Oaks apartments. And the reason why we went to counseling, Arnetta, remember that? The reason why we went to counseling is because you thought that you were going to fix me. I wanted you to go to counseling because I didn't want you to be devastated. I wanted you to be prepared and understand, baby, I am getting ready to exit this relationship. It's no longer working for me. We're not able to cohesively make amends. Sexually, non-sexually, none of that was, you know, working for me. And I don't want you to be devastated. I want you to understand that I am actually getting ready to separate from this relationship. And that's when I got the apartment, the other apartment in Old Bay Meadows Road. TJ, you guys may remember that. Well, when we went to that counselor, the counselor, you didn't like the session because the counselor started to counsel you. She didn't see me as the broken one like you thought she would. She saw you as the broken one. And what she told me when she separated us is that she argues with you because that is the only connection she still has to you. She argues with you because that is the only connection she still has to you. Took me 4 years to figure out what the hell that woman was saying to me. And then I saw it. You're doing this deliberately to get a response. Because if you get a response, then that means you still have some connection. And I saw it clear as day. Then it's just really crazy because as time go on and we fast forward, I'm seeing Trinetta do the same thing. She'll send me a text, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, nigga, I ain't heard from you in 6 months. I mean, when I sent you a text 3 weeks ago, and I called your phone. Oh, I got a fly in here. I called your phone, and I reached out to you several times, and you left a voice message, and you just did not respond. Now you responded, and so I'm in my emotion. So she would send me a text, and next thing I know, we're going back and forth, and she was looking for a reaction. I had to learn that. She's looking for a negative reaction. It's just amazing how that spirit just transferred from one to the other. Almost like the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, where they tap the person, and the next thing you know, they say, time is on my side. Yes, it is. And they tap the person, and the next thing you know, they're possessed with that spirit of the person who tapped them. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. That's exactly what's happening here. Your hurt person, meaning you, is allowing your kids to be hurt people. And hurt people are hurting people all over again, and the cycle continues. And I just can't believe that still today, at this particular moment, that you're still on that platform. You're still on that platform. As soon as I finished texting you this morning to say this, that, and the other, I wish I had the text, but I keep my threads. So if we need to go through this, then, I will have it. And that's Tornado. I'm not responding to that because I know exactly what it is. And I blocked you. You have been blocked on your phone number. It's been blocked because I told you I don't do spirituality. Spirituality and religion has been the course or the catapult for some of the most heinous crimes that this whole world has ever seen. The KKK were spiritual people. The Holocaust were spiritual people. Slavery were spiritual people. The Catholics were spiritual people who molested all those boys. Spiritual people have used spirituality to inflict some of the most heinous crimes. So don't send me no damn spiritual scripture. I see it as demonic. Demonic. As I see this situation. Demonic. So, I just wanted to say that, I just wanted to say, let it go. Let's move forward. If you really, really have moved forward, and listen, let me bag up. You look beautiful, by the way. I did some things. I said something. We went at war, and we were at war for a long time, and we did. We've done a lot of things to hurt each other, but we can stop that now. Let me start by saying you are, and I tell you all that you are a beautiful black woman. But you got to make sure that that product on the inside is just as beautiful. Otherwise, it's just fancy decorations. If the product on the inside is broken, then it's just a Cadillac with a bad engine. And it doesn't matter how you change the rims. You're better than that, baby. You're better than that. We make a hell of a freaking team. A hell of a team. And that doesn't mean that I want you back, that we have to, that's not what I'm saying. We make a hell of a team, and that's because if I take you down the line, when we came together, I would love to think that you're my life partner, even if you're not my partner. Even if you and that dude get married, this, that, I would like to think that we're mature enough. We're mature enough to let bullshit go and focus on the strengths. So I want to walk you down the timeline. When I wanted to create the desk for TJ as a baby, and I came up with the idea to paint the Mickey Mouse, who did that? That was us. And you were the person who led the painting. You were the person who could paint like a damn Chinese person. You were the person, when I bought the podiums from the thing to decorate the living room, you were the person who painted those podiums immaculately, from scratch from nothing to scratch, and made them look like something from a magazine. That's one thing. Then the bed, stripping the bed, the changing of the furniture. When I moved out of my apartment to Old Bay Meadows and moved back, we changed the furniture. We refurnished the furniture. We have done some powerful things. When you decided that you were going to pack your stuff up from Jacksonville and move down to Georgia, I came down and helped you move. Your family wouldn't lift a damn finger. Tonio didn't show up. Charles didn't show up. Your sisters didn't. Nobody lift a finger. It was me and you, and we handled that shit. I can move an army by my damn self. I'm a force by myself. Trust me. I moved most of that shit, but for the most part, and I understand you lightweight, so we got it done. Two of us. There's power in this unit. And if you focus on the strengths versus the division, then you may find a better outcome. I'm not concerned with the fact I'm hot. I'm not concerned. Oh, I had surgery today, right? I'm not concerned with the I lost my train of thought. But at any rate, what I was saying is that we're a powerful force. We can be a powerful force. I don't know, I think you guys are so hateful towards my sexuality, but pretend to not be hateful to my sexuality. Is the reason why we keep end up coming back to my sexuality because you really don't hate, but you hate her. Get right in your mind. But that hasn't changed, and that's not a light switch that's going to be able to flip. But the bottom line is, you got babies. They're not babies, but you got children that's hurt. You're raising hurt people that are trying to hurt people. So now, I want to go to Tornado. I'm not gonna read that message right now, but my thing with Shay, and I've just kind of gotten over it. I'm at a better place. I'm not sure how I'm gonna move forward with this last instance, because what happened was, yeah, okay, that was the response. I want to go back to you. That was a response. You said, well, there's two sides to every story, so I don't really know what you're talking about. But based on what I typed, in terms of my son saying that he'll put a bullet in my head, bury me in the backyard, and won't burn me and bury me in the backyard and won't nobody know I'm here. That statement alone should generate some level of concern for any person with any ounce of compassion. But for you, it didn't. And your response was, there's two sides to every story. So is there a side to this story that would make a statement like that be okay? And then I just, it really just bothers me when I speak, because I sat there and I, tried to hear them out. I tried to express myself. They like to see me in pain. They do. As long as they're hurting me, as long as I'm sorrow and I'm unhappy, they're happy. I promise you, as God is my witness, their whole mission is to make me unhappy. Unhappy. And it's like, my children have been invaded by this extraterrestrial monster-like vessel that has taken the spell of them, and they're no longer my kids. They're these like demons in the shell of where my kids used to live. And there needs to be an exorcism. An exorcism. I would just think that needs to start with you. You're the author of this confusion. You're the author of this confusion. You wrote this book, and I think you need to take responsibility for your actions and, let the kids know. I understand. I take responsibility for my actions. I hurt you. And nigga, as long as I freaking live, I will stand to your face, anybody's face, and say, I'm sorry, because I am. Because I am, and my actions will pillar my words. You will see it, if you can hear it from my mouth, and you can see it in my actions. Because it's sincere. I don't think it comes from you that way. I don't think it comes from you that way. And I just think that I need you to take responsibility and tell them, listen, first off, that's your father. Secondly, I'm not going to let you talk to me about it. I can't even begin to tell you how many times they've come to me about you privately. And not dogging you out, baby. Dogging you out. TJ about as two-faced as 10 damn snakes. Dogging you out, and each time I'm standing there defending you back to back to back. My mama don't let me, Shay talking about my mama don't let me use the car, this, that, and that. Well, baby, your license ain't good. She probably got a reason why she don't let you use the car. Mom, TJ said, Mom ain't gonna won't let you use the car for nothing, and she don't really know how to think, just a bunch of things. Especially when he was locked up. I mean, you couldn't have been worse. You couldn't have been the worst person on the planet. But I didn't Well, you know what, T? I see. I did. I told you, boy. No. You know what? Your mama might have her flaws, but that's your mama, boy. That's your mama. You're not gonna hear me take their side against you, because that's not how God designed it. And if you believe in God and spirituality, then you not. It's devilish. It's devilish. It's demonic. It's evil. It's ratchet, and you can't say you didn't do it. You already said you did it. You admit. But see, what the problem I have is that I let you give me a private apology for a public offense. I let you give me a private apology for a public offense. Hurt people, and I'm sorry. I don't know if you even said I don't know if you even capable of doing that, but you did indicate sympathy by saying hurt people, and that was why you did what you did. But that was your admission to me. Did you tell them that? Did you admit that to them? Because maybe it would help them to understand that I didn't leave them. I left a situation that was no longer comparable for me to be in. Whether it be my spirituality, whether it be the fact that we don't see eye to eye, whether it be this shit. We were on when you were pregnant with Tornetta, we were on our last leg. So for Tornetta to get 8 years in, 8, 9, 10 years, or however many damn years she got in, was a good thing. That was patience. That was patience. We were on the out when you were pregnant, when we were traveling from Rockford to Florida, we were on shaky grounds. So, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I just, I'm just, really, really devastated by what took place this weekend, how it took place, and the overall response to it all. There was not enough compassion, not enough sympathy, not enough concern, any of it. And then Tornetta texted me afterwards, and I can tell by the way she defended her actions, and we all said some nasty things. But I didn't I didn't first off place a gun in the environment or attempt to blow anybody's brains out. You know what I'm saying? See, so it's not the same. I may have said you got some ugly ass shoes on, or I may have said something offensive to you, but I didn't take it to that motherfucking level. That's the highest level. That's the lowest point before it all malls over. And for it to get to that point and you to be able to justify it as if we all did some crazy things, that's not acceptable. But I sat there and I let them folk get out of it, but I didn't sit there long enough. They wanted me to stay there first off, you invited me to come to your house and you planned this shit because me and the kids were there all day. The gun was not sitting at the foot of the couch. It wasn't there at the foot of the couch until me and Tornetta went to the store and came back. So you plotting. I'm thinking that we're having a good moment. No, nigga, you just a smiling face. You plotting this shit all along. So then I get there and we end up engaged in this conversation, and the conversation goes left, and I'm trying to hear it out or whatever, but then I just say, I think I said, okay, forget it. I'm done with this shit. And so I got ready to leave, and that's when I want to say that's when he jumped up and said, nigga, I put a bullet in your head, bury you, and just straight snapped. Okay, so now I want to know. Because if it's my time to die, nigga, okay. If it's my time to die, I'm fine with that. You got to live and stand for something. But I want to hear where this hurt and pain coming from. What's making you feel this way? And you can't give me no specifics. All you can give me is that I did this. This what? What? Give me some specifics. I left you. I didn't leave you. And I got the audio telling you that. I didn't leave you, I left your mom. We couldn't see eye to eye. I didn't leave you. I got video audio of you. You heard the audio that neither of you even, it just kind of went right. I mean, and I guess if you're trying to counsel people who are not willing to take an ounce of responsibility for any of their actions, kind of like the QAnon and the Trump people, then it's kind of a waste of time. But yeah, you can hear it in the audio that I sent on, from the YouTube channel. And it's really, really funny because, see, my YouTube channel, I have like 200 and something pages, 200 something videos on there from actors and, stuff, people things that we were acting on or whatever. And only in those videos, 300, it's a fairly, private page, but, my actors are familiar with it. If you don't know the videos there, you don't know it's there. But out of all those 200 videos, only 3 videos are negative. And those are the 3 that relates to y'all. Each and every damn time, never fails. Nothing but toxic. Nothing but toxic energy. And so, I feel like, and for me, I'm not into that negative shit. I mean, I'm a happy-go-lucky motherfucker. I like to laugh. I got good jokes. I have good presence. And I feel like if any damn thing, y'all ought to be praising my motherfucker and happy that, okay, my dad may be gay, but he's still a motherfucking man. You know what? If any damn thing, you ought to be happy as damn hell that this is the type of gay that I choose to be. But okay, so they couldn't give any specifics other than I left. Then we go to, Shay raising her hand, talking about, okay, I have a question, why, okay, now this is how we go back. Why would you create the kids if you knew that your lifestyle was not going to let you stay? This, that, and the other. And so I tried to explain, this is not a choice for me. This was not a choice for me. This was something that I fought hard and long. This was something that I would have rather died. This is something that I didn't want, that I could not fight away. This is something that I tried to get hypnosis to get rid of. And I hated that part of me. I hated myself. Because it didn't fit into the picture that the society had painted for what my life should be. But unfortunately, my life don't go to that picture. So today is a different world. I'm not in misery. I'm not confused. I'm not in darkness. Devil, whatever makes you happy, you roll that shit. You roll that shit. But the bottom line is, I don't love you enough to be who you want me to be. I love me enough to be who the fuck I am, and if you can't deal with it, carry your ass on. And that's that. I don't love you enough to be who you want me to be. I love me enough to be who I am. Period. And that has taken a lot of time. That has taken a lot of time, because there was a time that I did not like me. I did not like where I was, but I find I'm happy with who I am, and I'm free. I'm free. I ain't got to be in no closet with no motherfucking body. I don't got to be walking around caring about who say what, because all the people that I once cared about or care anything about already know. So I wouldn't give a damn what you say about me. I ain't got whatever you know about. Fuck it. That's where I'm at. That's the freedom that I have. So, but just her response afterwards, after I finally drove home, I stayed there and I stuck around because Teran had lost his teeth, and I wanted to show him the tooth fairy had left him some money and how to handle that money. You need to put some in savings, put some in your fund bucket, put some in emergencies. The same way that I did with Shay when we were driving to the store. If you're making all this money, baby, go ahead and set your accounts up. You can have multiple different accounts and have that money directly deposited into those things. The same damn counseling that I gave to Tornetta heading to the store was the same training that I gave to my grandbaby when I woke up that next morning. And when I did that, my mission was complete. The reason why I didn't contact y'all is because I didn't have time for the extracurricular toxic shit. I didn't have time for it. I come to love on my grandbabies, and I want them to see the real me. I want them to see the happy-go-lucky nigga that's got jokes, got ideas, got plans, got plots, and we popping and clicking, popping and clicking. I ain't got time for that going through, what was it, 2000 something shit bullshit. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to embrace my grandbabies and then embrace you and all this negativity too. We have to separate those things. You know, so that I didn't contact them. TJ contacted me and asked me to come to his space. I had a hotel room. I was good. And I kept my hotel. I wasn't going to stay there. But then when I got there, I felt welcome for a very short window. I felt welcome. It felt like I was at my son's house. But at some point during the course of that visit, the spirits changed. And I'm not sure if there was some drugs involved, whether he hit a joint or did some Molly or did what, I don't know what. But all of a sudden, the energy changed, and I detect energy like, boom. I can walk into a room and I'm going to smell the negative energy. So I detect energy, and for whatever reason, that energy changed, and it was no longer welcoming. It was vindictive. It was judging. It was just, negative. And so anyway, and TJ says, well, a man can't produce another man. So, but 10 minutes ago, it's not about my sexuality, but now we're here again. You want to know if I'm not, Shay want to know if I'm not about that lifestyle, then how does it come to that lifestyle? And so TJ thinking like a man can't produce another. And I guess this is his attempt to, nigga, this is who I am. This is who I am. Just like I'm light-skinned, I'm also gay. Whether you accept it or not. And that's not my problem if you can't. I don't care. I don't care. You don't have to. And there's no force. There's no force. Then he says something about you always shoving it down our throat and trying to make us accept it. You a lie. You a lie. Even the strangers on the street will tell you that's not how I roll. That's not how I'm very private. Very, very private. Even Shay, Paris has been down here for 7 years and hadn't seen, hasn't been exposed to, and she knows I don't talk like that. Yolanda and them, I don't fuck with them a lot, because I don't fuck with them a lot, but they know that's not how I run that's not how this rolls. So that's a lie. Even the small group of gay individuals that I do participate with knows that even in a gay environment where we're drinking and socializing and there's plenty other gay guys there, that subject matter is not going to come out of my mouth. If anything I'm going to be doing is talking about politics or what's going on in the damn world. It ain't all about, because see, gay is not who I am. That's what you don't get. Gay is what I do. It's a small percentage. It's 10% of who I am. So because you can't accept that 10%, you've thrown away all the other night, and that's your loss. Because as long as I got your back, baby, you good. You good. But hey, look, I'm not pleading for you to love, like, care, or even appreciate. I just think that, it's really, really sad that hurt people is still hurting people. At what point do you move on? At what point do you get yourself together and realize that you can only change you? You can't change me. I'm not going to let you. I'm not even going to let you believe that you can. I'm not going to let you believe that one day I'm just going to wake up and say, oh, okay, I'm not okay anymore. Nah. I'm not going to play the game with you. We're going to deal with reality with me. I'm a reality boy. You know? Yeah, but so it kept coming back to the sexuality thing. The sexuality thing. And like I said, if I fuck pink elephants at 11:45 every motherfucking night, I don't give a damn what nobody got to say about it. Pink elephants, 11:45 every motherfucking night. And every time I would say it, TJ would get extra triggered. And this dude jumping in my face and you know, just coming at me like he's gonna do something to me. And Shay jumping in front, and I'm just looking like, wow. Wow, I'm just watching this demonic spirit embrace the room. But I want you to get it out. I want you to get it all out of you. You know, so, and then TJ says, well, get the fuck out of my house. Well, nigga, I don't need your motherfucking, you know, so it kind of got bad. Because I don't need your house. I have a hotel. You know, and if things get worse, then I can get in my car. I don't need your house. But when he saw that that wasn't going to hurt me, then he subdued and okay, I'm sorry. No, it's too late. You said it. You said it. And he's going to talk about when he came to Atlanta and I made him wash dishes. Damn right I made you wash dishes. In my house, the dishes don't sit in the sink. When you finish eating, you wash your shit. Period. And that don't change for you. So if that traumatized you and made you feel like you got a horrible father, then nigga, you won't want to come here and eat today. Because that policy hasn't changed. That policy hasn't changed, you know, but dumb shit. You got crack addicts who have abandoned their kids time and time again to run in the street and smoke crack. Left them in the house by themselves with no food. Didn't come back from them. Somebody else had to adopt them and pick them up and everything like that. You got crack addicts who have done far worse to their kids, but because of that bond is still strong, that child is able to still embrace that crack addict. The only way that this shit would dissolve the way it is if there's been shit planted in their head. The only way. Just like what you were saying. Hurt people hurt people. You even said it. You know, TJ won't let you say nothing about his daddy. And I should have been wise enough to say, well, what is it that you're trying to tell him? But I didn't even think about it. Then when you got, you know, other people ringing in his ear, like Antonio talking about, well, your dad can't play basketball and this, you know, negative things like that. And then I don't know well, matter of fact, when Charles got out, he told him about the audio that I played on that video where, you know, he drove me out of character. Well, wait a minute, ain't that what the video was about? Y'all driving me out of character. I'm reacting to your Christianity and holiness. But yeah, so and with you know, and I just, you know, I'm just still communicating with them and looking at, you know, how aggressive you still coming at me. I mean, you ain't got an ounce of remorse. You ain't said nothing about what you did wrong. All you saying is what I've done wrong. You ain't said nothing about what you did wrong. You're not apologizing for how you acted last night. You're not showing. I mean, he did say it. Those are words, empty words. Your actions don't line up with your words. If your actions don't line up with your words, then Johnny Carter, you must have quit. If that shit don't, then you must have quit. Because, I mean, your word says one thing. Okay, I'm sorry for what I said. Then you go right back in 10 minutes later, 10 messages later, like as if you still own the same thing you said. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, Nigga, if your words don't match up with your actions don't match up with your words, say them motherfucking words. Don't tell me you love me because it smell like shit. Don't tell me you love me if it's counterfeit. Don't bring counterfeit money to my bank and think you just gonna dress it up as love and it's gonna be okay, because it's not. And the one thing that I want you to know, Tornetta, one thing I want you to know is if anybody ever tries to love you the way y'all love me, you let that motherfucker go. And you set a standard for yourself and let them know this is not acceptable. You won't be able to bring that here. I don't give a damn if you call it Lebouf. It's not acceptable. If it don't make me feel better about me, I can't fuck with you. And that goes for anybody on the planet. And those are the standards that I want you to have when you're looking for a mate. And I understand both y'all struggling. Both y'all struggling with relationship. That could possibly be because you not taking responsibility for what you're doing with this relationship. I've tried to love you. And that's why it's funny how the same way I'm trying to love you and I keep getting rejected and keep getting rejected and keep getting rejected, it comes right back to you in a different form. You create the energy that you give. You create the energy that you give. I didn't create a reaction, a rejective energy towards me. I did maybe somehow make your mother feel unappreciated. And I believe, Arnetta, that I did apologize to you about that on the back porch of the first apartment. To say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel rejected. I was finding me. I was learning myself. And I didn't like that. I didn't like me actually being gay. I fought it. It may have been, it wasn't a choice for me. It may have been a choice for, I don't think it's a choice for anybody. Nobody wants to be rejected. Nobody wants to choose a lifestyle that other people are not going to accept. But here's the thing. You don't get to tell people what they do with their nuts. God didn't give them nuts to you. And most kids don't care about what sexual activity their parents are doing. You two are the exception. And the exception comes from the path or the programming that's been put in your head. Whether they take responsibility or not. Most people don't care. And matter of fact, again, you should be damn happy. If my father is gay, hey, at least he's somebody that I can be fucking proud of. He ain't switching and he ain't twitching and I ain't wearing no motherfucking dress. Well, sometimes I do. Because I have costumes and characters that I dress up as. But you still should be proud of who I am. Because most people wouldn't be going through this. If two mature individuals were together and decided to separate and they were both mature, this would have never happened. The only time this happens is when one person is dead set on holding on to that relationship when the other one is gone. Now you put the pieces together, you do the puzzle. But the only reason that this type of scorn behavior would happen is when somebody else is holding on to a season that has ended. So you put that where you want to. We all know where it goes. And if it's really, you really have moved on, put your money where your mouth is. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm not sure how I want to move forward, to be honest with you. I'm not sure how I want to move forward. But I need to find some resolution to this shit. I need to find some resolution to this shit. You know? You need to find a resolution to this shit. Y'all need to find resolution to the hurt and the pain that you seem to be, because you're not kids. You're not my kids. You're not my children. You some grown ass motherfuckers. Grown ass people. And you can't continue to blame somebody else for whatever you going down through. So I'm not finna do that dance with you. I'm just not. You know, and if that makes me even worse than, well, what shit? What else I got to lose? I'm already horrible as fuck now. But when you're in prison, when TJ called me in prison, you were a good dad. You made good memories, and you were the thinker. And I mean, he was just saying so many things. I was like, am I really talking to this is TJ? You know, but when you was free, and then you talk about loyalty, and you know, even came and tried to sell me the green screen. We can do some green screen something. Like, he came up with the motherfucker, like, nigga, did you just take my dream and sell it back to me? Oh, well, yeah, no, we can't do nothing because we're not a team. We're opponents, brother. We're opponents. We don't work for the same team. You're against me. You're not for me. You're against me. So no, I can't do business with you. But when he was in prison, it was like I was just the best dad ever, or I'm this good guy, this, that, and the other. And then when he gets out, he says, well, you know, I wanna start a record label, and you know, I'm looking for loyalty, and I'm looking for some people that's gonna be, you know, down with me and this, that, and the other, and be real. Nigga, how you gonna talk to me about the word loyalty? Loyalty comes from the person who set aside all those feelings that he had when I showed up to Jacksonville and you would not come. You were doing things with your Uncle Charles. You wouldn't even show up to see me while I was in town. So I had to curse you out and show my ass and everything. Nigga, I'm 50. I don't have time to do that shit no more. You know, so you wouldn't even show up to see me. You rejected me the whole time you were on the street. But when you call me and say you locked up and that you love me, all I know is soldier down. Soldier down. How you soldier down. So I'm there. Making sure money on the books, giving what little I got, making sure you got commissary, making sure you can call, making sure, you know, Teran got gifts, making sure this is the first time in 2 years. The boy was 2 years old before I even got a chance to meet my grandbaby. But I let all that, I forgot, I squashed all of that. Soldier down, time to move. Because that's what loyalty does. Loyalty squashes all that bullshit and it executes when it's time to move. And that's what I did. I executed. I made sure that all those bases were covered in your absence. In your absence. Even when the mother the baby mother may have needed something, then I was there for that. And as soon as you got free, as soon as you got back on the street with free access to pick up the phone any damn time of the day, my phone didn't ring. My phone did not ring. Loyalty. That's the loyalty you showed me. Now you want to sell me a green screen idea, tell me you making music and we supposed to partner up? No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, I don't know what has, you know, I know this is your second run in the penitentiary and everything like that, and I've tried to tell you all that time, don't let them, just because you in the gutter with them rats, don't let that behavior manifest itself in you. You have to still maintain character, integrity, and some level of decency, even if you're in them damn rats. And so I guess he must have told you, he told me it was, first off, I don't need to explain to you what me and my son talks about. I don't need to explain to you what me and my daughter talks about, because it's none of your damn business. But thirdly, that's not what I said. If that's the way he took it, then I hope he can read that shit again and correct it. But at any rate, you know, toxic. That's what this is. Toxic. Toxic shit. And it just shows, it really, really shows those who are looking that the needle hasn't moved. Even though it looks like they didn't moved on, nope. Nope. And he feels like as long as it appears that he's doing good, then, and he's winning, then, that hurts me. Well, let's not forget, T. Remember when, before you got locked up, how when we did talk, you would say things like, oh, we living the good life. We living the good life. As if I'm in a motherfucking dungeon. At that time, shit, I was rolling. I was doing really good. Me and Paris were at Dugan's doing ballroom dancing and, and living our best life. But I guess he's thinking because he's doing good and selling drugs and living the good life that I'm just doomed in hell. Well, as soon as that good life ended and they arrested your black ass, who did you call? And who executed? And let all that shit go. Let it all go. Didn't bring it back up. Didn't mention it to you. Didn't do any of that shit. But that's what loyalty looks like, brother. That's what loyalty looks like. You have to know it. Disloyalty, and people speak loyalty, but you ain't even got the decency to be able to be loyal. I'm not saying you. I'm saying some people speak loyalty. I don't know you. I don't know you. Me and my kids are strangers. I have a better relationship with the dude at the corner store than what I have with these damn kids. And I guess it's kind of like what Charles said. Your kids don't, and then your kids don't want to have nothing to do with you because you like dick in your mouth. Well, nigga, first off, I'm not concerned with what the fuck you think I like in my motherfucking mouth. I'm not concerned if I fuck pink elephants at 11:45, nigga. Guess what? I ain't worried about what none of y'all say. None of it. None of it. But again, I know more about the dude at the corner store than I know about my own kids. And then what frustrated me the most was when TJ came down here to Atlanta, and it was only confirmation that he agreed with everything that Charles said in that audio clip. So you agree with this nigga? So you come up in here praising him, and you ain't got no praise for me? Nigga, we gonna get you on the first thing smoking. You got to get the fuck up out of here. So then Arnetta, just to bring it home, because I know it comes from you. I know it comes from you because they act like they don't want to be around any of my friends. Well, first off, I don't do friends. I don't do friends. I don't trust motherfuckers, first and foremost. And the less companionship I do my in the streets. I go to a sports bar and I never meet a stranger. I have a good time and I embrace the environment and I leave and I come home to me or whoever I'm with at that time. But for him to sit there and say, for him to demonstrate that he embraces his uncle and what is basically agreeing with what his uncle said, confirming that audio. And I'm like, okay, well, let me help you out, nigga. Because I don't want you to, I don't want you to infringe on your resentment or rejection of me. So I sent his ass on home with that bus ticket. I could see when you called, and I could even see it in your eyes. You were annoyed that he was even down here with me. I saw that. You were annoyed that he was down here with me. And then you called several days to see if he was still here. And then when I remember hanging up the phone, and there was a look in your face, and I remember hanging up the phone, I was like, what was that about? I get it now. I get it. Call me crazy if you want to, but I got spidey senses. God shows me exactly, and he let me know that this day was coming, and I procrastinated because this video should have been done a long time ago. Not that it would matter, because I mean, if you're dealing with Donald Trump or people who don't accept their responsibility in the matter, it don't matter. But this time we're gonna get some resolution, for real, for real. And I don't know how I'm gonna go about it. I hadn't decided what my strategy is, but this time we're gonna bring this shit to fruition. You know. Where was I going with that? So yeah, he left. Oh, and then I was talking to my home. So he doesn't want to be around any of my friends. He doesn't want to be around any. I don't want to be around any of my friends. So anyway, when he was here, I went and got some liquor. So there was a family that lives across the street from me, that's actually from Jacksonville. So I went and got some liquor, and I was going to drink with the people across the street. So I guess he thought that they were coming over here, coming over to the yard to drink with me. So he took, because he had said, I don't want them around me, and I don't want them around my grandson. Well, I don't want people who homophobic like you around me. So I can help you out with that. I can help you out with all of that. And I think that's what you said also, Arnella, on the back of your porch when we were talking. I just kind of let it, slide and, react to it. But you said, like, I don't want that around. I don't care. I don't want that around me. Okay, I can help you out with that. Because I don't want homophobic motherfuckers around me. But anyway, when he thought that they were coming over to the house, I remember him grabbing Teran and making Teran lay down and take a nap as if to shield him and his son away from the possibility of anybody coming over or being around any of my friends. Incidentally, I walked across the street and had a drink with them sitting on their porch or whatever. But yeah, just that type of shit. That type of shit. So I was saying all that to say that his rejection towards me, my life, my friends, and the lifestyle, and all of that was just that strong. So one day I was trying to connect with him and Pookie. And he wouldn't even, chime in too, because I wanted him to meet Pookie. I was talking to Pookie later on. I was, just kind of venting to him after I sent TJ home. And Pookie was like, man, I told him about, how it sounded like he was defending his uncle, or that he was confirming what his uncle said, that your kids don't really want to have nothing to do with you because of your lifestyle. But it ain't because of your lifestyle, because they accept your lifestyle, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? So, and Pookie was like, I told him what the uncle had said about the dick in the mouth and all that type of shit. Baby, I can say that shit all day long because, see, I know how I roll. So fuck what you think. But anyway, I was like, yeah, the uncle, came real disrespectful with him, and it seemed like TJ was agreeing with the uncle, and what Pookie said was, damn, you mean to tell me he can't even defend your honor? And he didn't mean to hurt, but that really, really hurt, because it hit me like a ton of bricks. My own damn son sides stronger with my enemies than what he sides with his own damn dad. He can't even defend my honor. You can't even stand up for me as a child. What the, And I didn't know, and it didn't dawn on me until Pookie said so. Pookie, brother, if you watching this, and I know you will, because anytime a person lays rat poison, they always come back to check the damn trap. You want to make sure you're feeling the pain. You see the pain. They're going to always check the trap. Pookie is my brother from back in the day. That's my blood brother. Pookie's married. He's not gay. Everything about me is not gay. That's the picture that you painting because you're not wise enough to take the time to see. Because hello, this is Torrance. Hello? Okay. So, because you're not wise enough to take the time to get to know your Father. You've already let that image be painted in your head of who I am. But what you see when you... Hello, this is Torrance. This is... What location? Okay. Well, listen. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Can you just send me an email and I'll reply to you? Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So, but Pookie is my brother. That's my brother, dog. Me and that dude grew up together. That's where I get my street smarts from. But you know, the fact that he said that, you know, your own son can't even defend your honor, it kind of hit heavy. Because it was true. It was true. My own son ain't even in my corner. My own son is with the enemies. So if I was out in the street getting beat down or mauled by a group of people, he would be over there. Well, you know, things are as they are. Shit is as it is. That's cool. But yeah, it just goes to show that there's been things planted in his head. He don't want to have anything to do with my friends, and I know where that comes from. And you know, I ain't never had no bunch of damn friends come to my house, even when we were married. So let's not lie. Let's not paint that picture. And I'm not a person who puts my kids off on other people. I'm with my kid even on Father's Day. Me and TJ were in the swimming pool swimming on Father's Day. I don't need breaks. I'm not that parent, not that type of parent. I'm not that type of parent. I've heard 1,000 times and a lot of negative things from the children about you. I'm not trying to display that shit. I'm not trying to create a tale all or drag you down. I'm trying to build an environment where we're wise enough and strong enough and united enough to rise above this shit and change the motherfucking universe. That boy is an artist. He's an artist. You know where he gets it from. I wouldn't, brother, at this state in the game, I wouldn't care if you became the next big artist. I won't support it. I won't be able to support it. Because see, I don't make it a point to support people that don't support me. I just don't do it. I don't shop at certain stores because it's predominantly owned by white people. And you know, I refuse to allow my efforts, my energy, and my whole sense of being to go towards supporting someone that's not going to support me. Someone that doesn't have my back. Someone that's not going to fill into my cup. It's not going to ever be me always giving and you never giving back. And so there goes with Tornetta, there goes the comment, nothing from nothing will leave your black ass with nothing with me. And that is the same thing that still exists. That's the same thing that still exists. Nothing from nothing is going to leave you with nothing. Which brings me to another one. And I'm close. That time that I came up to Christmas that first Christmas that I came up, we had the best time, and Nika talks about it to this very day, because see, my energy, baby, if you on some positive shit and not negative and bringing me out of character, my energy is immaculate, and it sets the tone for the room, and everybody has, has a really positive environment with my presence. And I was having a really positive environment that day until Tornado came. Matter of fact, that was the day Tornado came with the pink fur thing. and it changed my mood right real fast. But prior to that, it brought me back to memory because we had went to the liquor store. Trinity and I were baking a pizza. Me and Teran are unwrapping the gifts, and then I'm also DJing. And you, Arnetta, get up and fix yourself a drink. And anyway, in the old days, that would have just burned me the hell up. I mean, I know you see me doing all this other stuff, and you ain't even got enough decency to fix me a freaking drink? That would have burned me, but because I wasn't connected, and we weren't together, I didn't have those expectations, it didn't bother me as much, but it showed me that you still have to be, baby, you're not going to be able to give. It's never going to be me giving all of me to you and you giving nothing. That's not how I work. It's got to be 50-50, 40-30, so you got to be giving something. So I mentioned it and you did get up and fix me a drink. But I mean, that right there is kind of like, wow, really, nigga? You see me cooking. I mean, we were dancing for a minute. Then I rushed into the living room, to the kitchen to take the pizza out so that Trinity can cut the pizza. Then, Teran's got these boxes that he's, trying to unwrap these gifts with. And he thinks you a drink and just come sit and curl up on the table. Like, really, nigga? Wow, but yeah, and that's just the one thing that stuck out to me. But we had a really good time that day. We had a really good time that day until Tornado came. Tornado had this stank. I mean, and what I just feel like when you had that stank mood about you to where you don't want to come, don't come. Don't come, but I mean, she had this stank mood to kind of, made me like, okay, well. But anyway, listen, I don't know. I just needed to get that shit off my chest so that I won't be dealing with it. I don't give a damn if you watch it, but we all know you did. Because when you lay rat poisoning, you want to make sure that the rat actually died. And you niggas keep trying to lay rat poisoning. But I'm still alive. And I'm always in good spirits. I don't come around negativity. I don't come around that shit. Don't bring it around me. Don't bring it around me. Do better. Do better.